La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Belmont Academy, how you doing? What are some of the issues that the young people are facing in your parish or in your school?
A lot of children, they practice drug abuse.
Issue that my parish faces is a high crime rate.
So I find that there's a lack of support for our youth, so they do not really know where to go.
In Westmoreland, we have a very high rate of teenage pregnancies.
Lack of transportation and the activities that do take place on the transportation that is provided.
In our parish of Westmoreland, I think there's a high rate of street kids, and I don't think that should be.
How does the transportational issues affect you and your life?
Well, here at the academy we have a total of 518 students on roll, and for the amount of buses that are available, it's very hard for us to get to school on time. And even though there are multiple taxis on the road, they refuse to bring us school children.
Well, there must be a reason the taxis are refusing to bring you. Why?
Well, right now I can think of two reasons. One, the adults' fare is much more than ours, so they will wish to bring them rather than us. And also the state of the road from where we live to our school is in...
Politics. How do you feel about your politicians? Is there a disconnect?
I think there's a problem with our political leaders. They are actually thinking about themselves and not about the youths and the persons of, or the citizens of Jamaica.
The JLP and the PNP, I believe, and this is my opinion, that both of them fail at their task. Because if we elect the PNP, we're getting the same things. And if we elect the JLP, we're getting the same things. When it's election time, they all come around and they say what they know we want to hear. And we elect them, and then when they go there, they sit back at knowing that they have, 5 years in there, and then instead of trying to find or implement ways to make the country better, they try to find ways to come back in the next 5 years to say something else.
It's full time now for we put a stop to the foolishness we are going to the politicians. Me I tell you the truth. Because we see them one put them in a power. Because all of them come with their little finke speech and say what them are going to do this and that, this and that. And when they go up there, they not do it. So what we need to do as the people, we need to take a stand. Where we see the politicians going wrong, we need to do something about it. Road one fix, don't depend on Portia, please. Wanna take you up in a few hand. We as the youth, we need to show them say, yeah, we're there and we are the future.
Let's put your hands up if you know somebody, this could be you or you know a friend, whose parents find it very hard to pay their school fees. How many of you want to go into a tertiary institution? Question is, how many of you are afraid that you might not be able to afford that tertiary education? How many of you live in that fear?
My fear is maybe I'll get the fee of knowing how much to go, entering, but not knowing how I'm going to complete it.
Most persons who borrow student loans are not paying it back. So we, the students that are leaving high school or secondary educational place, we won't be able to get any money to borrow to further our studies, or the same thing as Shanoy said, we start it and we can't finish it because it's hard to work and to attend school at the same time.
Sherry works with me on 2 projects, and she goes to school and she's involved in 100 things, and same with Aaron. So why don't you both respond to that?
Good afternoon again, everyone. And I'm Sherry. I'm Aaron.
Now fire! I'm Sherry, that's on your mind.
Alright, so in terms of saving, in order to save any amount of money, you have to assess how much money it is that you are getting and how much it is that you are spending. So what we'd advise is that for 1 week that you assess your spending. Secondly, after assessing that, make a budget. Make a budget by assessing your wants different from your needs. Budgeting is extremely important because then you'll be able to balance. You can balance how much it is that you want to spend and how much it is that you want to save. How many of you can cook? So thirdly, an important way of saving money is by cooking. Cooking your own food and taking it to school. No?
School begins at 7:30. By the time we wake up and get ourselves ready, we won't have the time to cook the food. And personally, for me, if I bring the food to school, I am tempted to eat it, and I might eat it before school begins.
You find it so hard to cook and you find so many excuses to save, but at the same time, the first point I would like to make is that you have to set goals. If you realize that you do not have enough money to fund your education here at school, you would have to make this choice. Should I spend my money on food or should I try to save it for my education? You have to make sacrifices from this age. Listen, you have to tell yourself this. Today I'm going to save. Save. You can start with even $100 per day, or let me say $50 per day then. And the tip that we had was that if you save $50 per day for 365 days, that's for 1 year, how much would you have saved at the end of the year if you save $50? You would actually have saved
$18,250
at the end of the year by just saving $50 a day.
And if you realize that would be able to cover your school fee and still leave change.
How many of you would clean a toilet as a part-time job? All right? How many of you would never clean a toilet as a part-time job? Wow, interesting. If you don't have it, what is so wrong in cleaning a toilet to pay for your education, your life skills to go forward? It is not your final job. No, I'm asking you to think very carefully about the question. Marcus Garvey says, black man, get up and work. Say it after me. Black man, get up and work. He spoke about us, and he says it. There's a quote about the black man always wants to work from the top down. He never wants to work from the... That's what he said.
My mom, she didn't have a job, and she got pregnant with me when she was 16 years old. And she did training at Sandals White House as housekeeping, and she's now working as housekeeping, and she cleaned toilets, and she always talk about how the guests always have feces on the floors and she have to clean all of that. And there are many persons like her that were working a long time ago, and they are now managers. They came from housekeeping to being supervisors until they're now managers. So I think that's very good to work from the bottom to the top. And once you're determined, you can get recognized.
Yeah, man. Pick up your mother. Say, pick up your mother.
Pick up, mommy.
Yeah, man, I love that. I'd rather a woman that goes out and works than goes and sends her child out to have sex for money. Put your hand up once again if you know somebody that's sending, or mother that's sending out their child to have sex for money. All right. If I'm 13 and my mother is saying to me, go out there, make sure you go over so and so, and make sure you deal with the thing. Just like that. What's wrong here? What options do I have as a child?
Well, I am 13, and if my mother told me that, I would not go back to her house. I would find a family member and stay with.
In every case, you will have a choice. A choice will always be there. You can talk to someone, and there will always be someone for you to talk to.
How many of you know of any young boys who have been raped by women or men? Or 1, 2, 3, 4. It's very hard for you young boys because some of you have no idea where to go. What should a young boy do if this has happened to them? Where should they go? What should they do?
Well, I think that is no experience that you would want to share with another person. And there is no such link between youngsters and adults for you to get it to a level where it can be dealt with.
This is what I understand too. Because of, the children really don't want anybody to point them out saying that they were, abused. So oftentimes their parent, listen, I don't want you to give the family bad name, not tell nobody. When me say, go sit down there, so. Them don't realize that they are setting the stage, for a greater thing to come. So once you are being abused in any way, shape, or form, my advice is to find somebody that you really can, relate whatever you have inside.
If you know of a fellow classmate, schoolmate, someone in your community who has been abused, or is likely to be abused, then our number to call is 1-888-PROTECT. More often than not, you don't have credit on your phone, right? Yes. Right. All you have to do is call us and say, I need to make a report, but I don't have enough credit. We will call you back, and we will take the report.
There are avenues out there, students, and your voices will be heard if you find the courage within you to talk up. I can tell you something about people who seek to abuse people's children. They love silence. So scream, bawl, shout, holler, run, but don't accept abuse.
Goes out this morning.